Okay, this will be an interesting one. See if we can make it look good. Okay. Gonna make this into a negative, see how we go with that. Wonder what sort of background colour we're going to give to this. I'm thinking magenta. Going to add a little bit of red. We're not going all the way with it. And the hue. Okay, let's see how we go with this. What is it? It says top spring sales. So it's basically Bell Property. So that's a real estate flyer, or whatever you call it. It's just a real estate piece of shit. We're just going to line this up with A6 or thereabouts. So we're just going to put it, it's just tricky trying to get this line to stay away from the A6. I think that's pretty much how we want it, pretty much. But yeah, it's a real estate thingy. I don't have a use for that. This is not my unit to sell. It's a housing department unit, so I'm renting. So you can't sell a rental. But these idiots like to leave shit in the letterbox, even though they don't. What's the point? Just waste of bloody paper and toner and that when they send these out in the neighbourhoods. You know, it's really silly. But I make use of this sometimes for my demos. They get a bit of use, and then I throw them away into the recycle bin. Now that looks nice colour-wise, but we've got the picture there, which we don't want. So we've got to enlarge it a lot bigger on the vertical. So the vertical is going to be bigger. 200% is right for the horizontal. So now we're just going to go here. It's hard to work out how big it's got to be. So we're going to make it. Me thinks it's going to be about 300. Let's see how we go. It's going to be a bit distorted, or significantly distorted, but that's all right. It's a bit of artistic license anyway, so let's see how we go. But it's really, you know, apart from me using it as a piece of material for my work that I do, that looks really good. So I just don't have a use for it because, as I said, I rent. So I can't sell this place even if I wanted to. See, capitalism is a madness. Capitalism does not care about the environment or the poor people or people in general. It just cares about itself and its fucking movement of the market. The freedom of the market is in vogue, you know, and these big companies do what they want, often at the expense of humanity and the environment. This shit could lead to potentially extinction of the human race, and yet these rich people don't have any fear. They don't fear it. They've got no fear of climate change. They've got no fear of anything. They don't believe in climate change a lot of the time. They just think it's airy-fairy stuff, or that it's made up. But they don't seem to know, why do the summers get so much hotter? At least here in Sydney, every time summer comes, it gets hotter and hotter and hotter than the previous summer. And you can feel it. It's absolutely horrible. And yet these rich people, these big corporate fuckwits, don't see any danger. They blame it on something else. These non-scientific minds who rule the market, who rule our lives, don't give a flying fuck about the planet or the human race. They just care about dollars and nonsense. And it's just so wrong. And I'm just over it. I'm sick to fuck of it. But I have no power. I'm not rich. I'm not influential. I don't have any place. I'm just another useless person who doesn't have the money or the power to make a difference. Well, what am I doing? I'm not concentrating here. I just had that round the wrong way. But basically, I just have no power or any influence to make a difference. You know, I'm trying to get my stuff on YouTube. I'm trying to get my shit out there. But it's not an easy thing to do, trying to compete against the rich when you yourself are not rich yourself and you don't have all the money in the world to throw at things. And I just can't. I'm trying to use my talent as a photocopier artist to showcase what needs to be done and how we need to change our world. But that's a really nice looking piece. I'm going to call this one quits. But just a few words, you know, we've got to find a solution to this climate change and other environmental problems, or we could end up with mass extinction, including the human race. Got to go.